Hi, this is Carrie Brownstein.
This is DJ Premier.
This is Darren Aronofsky.
You got the RZA right here.
Rose McGowan.
Radiohead.
Aisha Tyler.
Tribe Called Quest.
Fred Armisen.
Prince Paul.
Javier Munoz. Seth Meyers.
Frankie Cosmos.
Flying Lotus.
Hi, we're Chaim, and you're listening to the Talkhouse Podcast.
Hello and welcome to the Talkhouse Podcast. I'm Josh Modell. On this week's episode, we've got a pair of incredible songwriters who've also been frequent Talkhouse guests and contributors over the years, Emily, Yacina and Greta Kline. Now follow along here as this could get confusing. Frankie Cosmos used to be Greta Kline's stage name, but now it's the name of the band that she fronts. Maybe that wasn't too confusing. In any case, the sixth and latest Frankie Cosmos album, Different Talking, came out earlier this year, and it's a stunner. Kline has been writing smart, wry, literate indie pop for a decade, and this one feels both like a nod to her bedroom pop past and a bold look forward. Check out a little bit of Vanity from Different Talking right here.
Another symptom of insanity. Another victim of your reckless vanity. Oh, to be a statistic in your fantasy.
Emily Yacina also came up in the DIY Bandcamp era and has been releasing music for the last decade or so. She collaborated with Alex G early on. Yacina's latest album is the heady, expertly crafted Veilfall, which was at least partially inspired by a series of death salons she hosted while making it, where participants would share stories about grief and dying. The resulting album isn't nearly the downer you might expect, considering that fact. It's up there with the best she's done. Check out a little bit of Holy for a Moment from Veilfall right here.
Why don't you just hold me a minute? The world can go and figure itself out. I'm so holy for a moment. You're paying me my homage. It's ancient.
In this lively conversation, recorded while Emily and Greta were in the middle of a tour together, they chat about being connected to your inner child, tearing up for Talkhouse, and how sometimes releasing music feels like, quote, shitting into the void. Enjoy.
Hello, Greta.
Hi, Emily.
Thanks so much for talking with me.
Me too. Should we talk about where we are?
Yes, we are recording in a haunted basement right now in Seattle.
And we're in the middle of a tour together.
Yes, we are. And I have my friend Claire with me on the tour. She's playing guitar and bass, and we're staying in the basement, but we didn't make it through the night last night because we heard a very scary moaning sound.
Very scary.
Which is exactly what a ghost would say. And it was... There were other things that happened before that, but that was sort of our last straw. Mm-hmm. But it's way less scary in the daytime.
It's true. But it's a perfect place to do this. I think this is sort of more of like a Talkhouse basement and not for sleeping.
I agree. I agree completely with you.
How is the tour for you so far?
It's been so fun. Yeah. I haven't been on a tour since 2019. So it feels like just so good to be doing this as a way to return to it. And especially with you. And it just feels very like natural and easy, honestly.
Good.
just energetically. Yeah.
Is it different from how you remember a tour to be like from 5-6 years ago?
In some ways, like I feel like the venues that we're playing at, I haven't played at a lot of like more professional, like I think my experience has been like DIY mostly. So this is really cool for me to like, I feel like I'm learning a lot and having a lot of fun, having a lot of laughs, which I would say is maybe the most important.
I agree. Vibe is the biggest part of tour.
I agree. Yes. And I'm feeling very connected to my inner child.
Yay.
And really enjoyed playing hide and seek the other night. I hadn't played hide and seek in, I don't know, 20 years.
Yeah. You never played with Clem?
Oh, that's true. The kid that I babysit, we play a lot of games together. More like character sort of games. Like we have different characters, like spies. But I don't think we've ever played like a traditional hide and seek game.
It was cool to play traditional hide and seek.
Yes.
The 8 of us was very fun.
We had Imogen Heap's song hide and seek going in the background, which was just a great addition to the game.
Do you feel that this childlike sort of joyful energy is part of also your album?
Yeah, I think it was like a very exploratory album, which is how I think of your album too. Like a lot of curiosity, which, yeah, definitely feels like a way to kind of like feed my inner child,
Totally.
you know?
I always feel like the inner child is somewhere in there and getting communicated with via the music.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Although I do feel like your music, or this album particularly, is very also like soulful in a way that is not childish.
Thank you. That is true. Yeah.
But it seems like also you guys are having fun playing. So that's
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I love Different Talking so much. I think
I love your record. I love Veilfall.
Veilfall. I think Bitch Heart is my fave. Yeah, it's just so good, and it's been so good to hear live.
You've been opening with my favorite from your album.
Oh,
which is
Holy for a Moment.
So
Love
good.
that.
I have that in my head all the time.
That's so nice.
It's so good.
How do you feel like it's translating playing the new songs? How does it feel performing them?
It feels good. We're doing like half new songs, I want to say, and half new
Yeah.
songs. And it's like, it's such a weird balance always. And I wonder, we could definitely talk about this whole thing, but just, you know, with TikTok and new fans and all the people that are seeking out our music, yours and mine, like, they aren't necessarily people that are gonna know the whole new album.
It's so true.
And
yeah.
so I'm very like mindful to include stuff from like the old albums, but it's also like we have so many years of music to kind of like comb through, like to fit into an hour. And there are people who are like, oh, I wish you were playing more stuff from like the last record or the record before that. I'm trying to like
shove it all
put
in
a
there.
bunch of stuff from the new one. I'm trying to play like stuff from 2016. Like
I love the older songs that you guys are playing too, and I feel like they make sense in the set.
Yeah, I feel like we have a pretty good like 23 song set right now. That's like,
yeah,
that is like pretty curated. Yeah.
Yeah. What's your favorite older one to play?
I like that sort of section of this set where we play. Well, the newest old one for us is Tour Good, which we played most recently.
It's so good,
and that one is fun because it just feels like this is my first time touring through some of these places since that record.
Wow,
like since like around when I wrote Tour Good, and so it feels like fun to kind of like be playing in Boise for the first time since 2016. And playing a song that's like from that time.
That's really cool.
But yeah, I really like playing the new stuff though. It feels still very like novel and exciting. And, like not easy. Like I think sometimes when songs become muscle memory, I can like zone out more during the set.
I was just about to say.
Or like have an out of body kind of thing.
Absolutely.
And I'm much more like in my body right now because it still feels like pretty
engaging.
Like I'm thinking about like, okay, I have to switch the guitars on this next one. You're doing so much switching and
for sure.
It's like very logistical and you know, it's work.
Yeah.
But it's like so it's rewarding. Like it's fun when you get it, when you play the whole thing right.
Absolutely.
Like,
yes.
We worked really hard on practicing this set, you know.
I can tell.
But you guys too.
Thank you.
Do you feel like you can connect spiritually? Like you can get to that point where you're able to like feel the emotions of the song, or are you also like focused on just like making sure you remember all the words and the parts?
I feel like the first couple shows, like it was a matter of like, okay, we've only played these in like a practice space. So like, let's see how it goes. And now I guess we're like, I don't know, 6 shows in. So it feels like a little bit more gelled together. And I do find that I'm sort of like allowing myself to like maybe get to a more emotional place because I feel more comfortable with just like playing.
Yeah. Same. I really love like getting to that.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, now I go like, whoa, that's what that lyric feels like emotionally or something.
Absolutely.
You can click in a different way after however many times of sort of the practice feeling.
For sure. Yeah. It feels really good.
Have you learned anything about your songs from this record by playing them live?
It is cool to be playing them in this arrangement because it is unique just to like this tour, you know? So it's me and my friend, and we're each playing different instruments and are using a sampler for some of the songs. And yeah, just sort of like embracing that it's its own special version.
Yeah.
And that was something that I like really tried to communicate with Claire, that it doesn't have to be like, it doesn't have to sound exactly how it does, because it won't.
Yeah.
But just sort of like making it so it feels good to play.
Yeah, I feel like the duo arrangement is amazing.
Thank you.
It's really impressive.
Yeah, it's been super fun. Yeah, I know you guys all worked together to record your album. Did everyone have sort of a set role in that process? Because you didn't have like a producer guy or...
Yeah, I think we kind of like fell into the roles where it was like, I mean, Katie obviously kind of like took the reins as a producer. Like she's got the experience of that, and so she was really good at, you know, making sure we got stuff done and that we had a plan.
So helpful.
Yeah, but I also think, everyone kind of took turns, like, in terms of roles. And I think there was a lot of freedom within the roles, you know, like, I'm going to focus and do this right now, and you guys can go make dinner, or vice versa. Like, I need to take a break, and maybe you guys can work on this while I go make dinner.
Have some alone time. Wait, you said up there was 40 days, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. That's a long time.
40 days and 40 nights.
Seriously. Biblical.
Yeah. Well, it was funny because we hadn't toured together that much before we did it. And it was like a real bonding experience to like live together and be in isolation together, kind of.
You were learning about each other. Yeah.
Yeah. It just felt like, oh my gosh, this was like a crazy thing to embark on, sort of like not having spent that much time like showing space.
Absolutely.
And just compared it to Love is Blind moments ago.
Yes.
Which like, that's kind of what we did. It's like, I don't know, but it does feel like, oh, suddenly we're in a trial marriage, like the four of us.
Totally. And you took footage, right? When
I made a documentary, yeah.
So what's happening with that?
It's on YouTube.
Oh my God.
It is. Like, I made a 4-minute version and a 20-minute version.
Okay.
And I actually also made an hour-long version, which only I have, because it's like nobody wants to watch that.
Send it to me.
I will send it to you. It's really dramatic. But it was fun.
What's the most dramatic thing that happens in it?
I mean, it's just like everybody kind of like being like moody, you know, like that stuff that would just happen.
Love.
And that's part of what's
real.
So bonding, I think, about tour too, and about this kind of like time-based labor.
Yes.
Is like, you have to, if you're going to go on tour with someone for 2 weeks, like you have to be okay with like them being in a bad mood.
Yes.
Them being like not fun or funny or charming. Mm-hmm. Them being like ugly and like stinky. Yeah. I don't struggle with that with the other people, but I worry about it with myself. Like you're going to see me when I like have a headache and I'm not the most pleasant version.
Oh.
And I think that is like, it's such a vulnerable thing.
It's so vulnerable.
And so that's why it's so special to do it with people that you already love too. Like that's why I'm so happy being on tour with you, because it's like, well, I know that Emily's not going to be like, oh my God, Frankie Cosmos is such a bitch because she had a headache one day. You know what I mean?
Right. Exactly.
But you never know if somebody's going to kind of like react
if you don't
that
know
way, because it's such a weird, taxing thing to do.
It's true.
So many hours.
Yeah.
So I think we all kind of like broke the seal of that with each other in the recording process, more than, because we hadn't toured together really more than like a week.
Wow.
We did it.
I knew that.
Yeah,
That's
it was kind of crazy. We had played like less than 10 shows with Hugo.
Wow. And then just 40 days.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It was wild.
There has to be like a lot of radical acceptance happening.
That's always the case with recording too. It's just like, you have to be okay with being done. That's radical acceptance.
Yeah, that's so true.
I want to know about your process, because you worked with a lot of collaborators on your album, like in different places too.
Yes, in different places. And that was definitely sort of a new thing for me, which was very freeing, ultimately. Like, I think I was holding on to a lot of the songs for quite a long time. Yeah, and I think maybe there was like some fear there, and like just being like nervous to let other people in and be seen, which is kind of funny because that's what the album's about.
Being vulnerable?
About being vulnerable, yeah. So I feel like there was like a freeing feeling, sort of. Like, I do remember having this sort of like realization that was very clear. That was like, I need to just like invite people in that I trust and that it would be fun to work with them. And then when I like broke that, like whatever like internal thing was happening there, I remember feeling really like liberated about it. And then all of a sudden it was like, oh, if I want like a really, you know, ornate classical piano part, like I can ask someone, you know, Gia Margaret.
Wow.
And there are so many like just really talented musicians that I'm just so happy we're a part of it.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like the other thing that I think is really impressive about your record is that you, even though you made it with so many different people and in different places, there is like such a sonic and thematic thread throughout it. Like,
thanks.
How did you kind of like tie it all together? Like, how did it work so well? How'd you do that?
Well, I appreciate you saying that. I definitely knew that I wanted to like explore different genres kind of like while making the record, just from like playing around while like writing the songs. Yeah, and I think like the thematic thread works because they're all sort of like from this time, like this sort of like Saturn returny time in my life. But it's pretty cool that they all go together.
When you're making a recording, are you like thinking about the genre that it's going to be? Are you like,
some of them I like know right away. I'm like, I want to make like an electronic-y sounding song, and I'll go into it with that. But others like really evolved. Like WIP started way more classical sounding, and we had like piano and other like acoustic instruments, and then it sort of I don't even know if it was like a really intentional thing. It just became what it became, and so that was cool too, like letting things just evolve. But I struggle too with knowing when things are done.
Totally.
Yeah.
Is it mostly enjoyable for you working on a record, or is there parts where you get stressed out and like don't want to work on it?
Yeah, some of it felt difficult for sure. There are so many different phases to it because it took such a long time. So there was a phase where I was just like writing demos and working on like home recordings, and like that had its own elements of frustration, and then like inviting people in and then going to different studios and just like make the studios work. And I think there were like a few obstacles maybe. But
well, it's also like, I feel like it can be really frustrating when you're waiting for you need someone else to do something.
That's so true.
You're like, oh, we can't do that until we get to the studio, and we can't like, once we're there, then we'll be able to add the other thing in.
Absolutely.
And it's like, I feel like, I don't know, I think about how much you have to hold in your brain as the person that's, you know, imagining, or you know inside you like what the full arrangement's gonna sound like, but you can't like show it to anyone until you just do it. I feel like when I stayed at your house in February, you were like, you had like a bulletin board with just like lots of like stuff that you had to do on it. It was just like the whole track list, and it was like, I was like, wow, Emily's such an amazing producer to have this like organized kind of like, you know, this chaotic thing that you have to pull it all together, and it just really does gel.
Wow, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
When it was done, were you like, I did it?
Yeah, but you know what is funny? Like, because it has been a long time, it's been my like goalpost for so, like whenever I'm like, oh, just thinking about music and stuff, I'm like, and meaning and like the purpose of it all. I'm like, oh, I'm like working on this record. And that has what I've been saying for like a long time. And I'm so proud of it and like couldn't imagine it to be any different. But now I have noticed that was the thing for so long. And now like the absence of that feels a little like unstabilizing,
Totally.
destabilizing.
Well,
yeah.
it makes me think of two things. First of all, I always think about you saying that releasing music feels like shitting into the void.
That's
Because every time that anyone I know or me, like every time I like put a single out or announce a record, I think about that quote. Like I'm just like, that's what Emily said, and it's completely true. Like you like get all worked up and you're like so excited, and then you're just like it's out, and it feels like kind of like nothing.
Absolutely.
Because like the really intense part is working on it, I think.
I totally agree with you.
And then the second you're done, everyone's like, so what's next for you?
Yes.
And you're like, but I just spent 6 years making this.
Exactly.
It's like, wait, can we just sit with it for a little bit?
Exactly. Yeah, it's like, I do sometimes feel like this pressure, and I don't know if it comes from myself or like the world necessarily of like, I don't know, just like making more. But then I think about this album and I'm like, it wouldn't be what it is if it hadn't taken me so long. Like it would be different if it was like a bunch of different projects or something. Like it wouldn't exist like it does. So
Totally. Well, what's so special about music is that it exists, you know, in the time that you're playing it, and then it, you know, you make a recording and that like lives on in this way that's people can press play and it's like it's happening live in their house. And then you can continue to play it live like a year from now, 2 years from now, whatever, and 10 years from now, and you're playing those songs and they're still like alive in this way, or they can change.
That's so true.
And sometimes I'm sure you must feel this too, because I think we both sometimes write lyrics that we might not know what they mean at first, and then they like become so clear like years later.
Yes.
Like, how did I like prophesize this thing that I'm feeling now?
I've experienced that many times, and it is very surreal.
So I do really feel like sometimes when we make songs, especially you and me, because we have like a spiritual relationship with it, that they like can reveal themselves to us for many years to come. Like it's like birthing something that's alive and like and
has its own life.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's like having a kid, and then you can like have dinner with it 18 years later, and
that's so true.
It can teach you something.
Damn, that is so true.
So it's such a cool thing that we get to do.
I agree.
Which actually makes me want to ask you,
okay, bring it
on. If you think making music and writing music and making music and playing music and the other kinds of art that you do, such as embroidery or, you know, any other stuff that you do. Sculpey, exactly. How do those things fit into your, like, self-care rituals? Or, like, is writing a song, like, part of your, like, relaxing day? Or is that more like, okay, I did that and I'm tired and now I want to, like, watch TV, and that's, like, when I'm really relaxing?
That's a good question.
So,
I feel
how
like
do you balance them?
There's more of, like, the momentum feeling, like if I just have an idea and I'm like really excited to like explore it, and that part feels definitely like more self-care sort of, because I'm like nurturing this feeling that I'm having right at that moment. But I struggle more with like diving into like older songs or like finishing them, because I've already like moved on to the next feeling or something. So it's like the commitment and follow through to like, to finish it. But then once you do, it's like such a cool testament to like that initial moment and feeling of like, this should be a song, you know? Yeah, that's actually such a good answer, because I was kind of like, I was going to ask something like, how do you know when you want to like, it's kind of like I'm asking myself also, like, when do I choose to write a song as opposed to like choosing to watch Love is Blind? And like the answer is like, I think maybe we both struggle with like the inertia of writing a song. It's like, if I'm in the mode, that's what I want to do. Yes.
And if I'm not in the mode, I need to not do it.
I completely feel you. Yeah.
It's really like, it's really hard to like force the like part of it that doesn't come naturally, or like the timing of writing.
That is so true. And it just makes me feel like, oh, it's so cool that every once in a while it's like undeniable.
Yeah. I just wish that every time it was undeniable that I was like in the right like location to work on it.
That's
like, I feel like I'm always like on tour, like, damn, I have such a good idea. And then I get home and I'm like, I just want to watch TV. Like, I'm so tired. Like, I don't want to write the song.
Have you felt that way on this tour at all? Like, have you had any sparks?
Not really.
Do you usually like voice memo them?
I do have a bunch of sort of like unfinished voice memo from the last couple months, but not on this tour really. I mean, this tour's only been a few days, but like the last tour leg was 2 weeks. I had like some actual ideas that I like was like, I can't wait to get home and write these. And then I got home and I just didn't.
You were over it.
I was so tired when I got home.
Well, the cool thing is it's kind of like endless.
Yeah.
Like even if you didn't come back to those ideas, there's going to be more.
Yeah.
You know?
You know what I always think about is one time I was like talking to Matthew on the phone about like feeling like I had all these unfinished demos. I was like, I have all these voice memos that they're like 20 seconds long and I like really want to like sit down and have time and finish them. And he was
it's like not reading all the books or something.
But he was like, you know, who's to say the 20-second voice memo isn't a song? Like, you did make the song.
That is
and I was
so
like,
true.
whoa, I just like, you just set me free.
Yeah.
Like, now I can just start from scratch.
Exactly.
It's such a nice feeling. It is like reading all the books. My aunt was like, you know, you're allowed to like not finish a book.
There's just so many books.
And I was like, oh my God, I could put down a book and start a new one if I'm not like loving it.
If you're not
great.
feeling it. Absolutely.
I didn't know that. I thought I had to finish it and just never read again if I don't finish it.
Okay, one more question that it's kind of like a longer one. Cool. But we met for the first time officially like almost exactly 10 years ago.
Wasn't it on the first day of this tour that it was 10 years?
Yes.
10 years to the day.
Yes, the first day of the tour. 10 years to the day.
Did you know that until that day?
No, I did not know that.
Day.
Yeah.
Hugo told us.
Wow, because Hugo was there.
Yeah.
Because it was a show to benefit the Silent Barn after the fire there. And yeah, we were all playing. I loved your music. And so, of course, I remember I was like a little nervous to meet you.
Was I nice to you?
You're so nice.
Cool.
Yeah, I used to
be so nice. I'm just
I remember seeing Frankie Cosmos. I don't even know if you know that I was there at this, but do you remember the place in Philly, the Golden Tea House?
Of course.
Yeah. So I saw you play like right after Entropy came out.
Wow.
In like 2014, and I think I was a senior in high school. But we didn't talk, but that was like the first time that I heard.
And it was a Frankie Cosmos show?
Mm-hmm.
No.
And I got a tape and listened to it multiple times on the way home and was like an immediate fan.
Wow. Okay, so
what is the show?
I see it. I see the show. It was 2014.
Okay.
Crazy.
Wow.
With Little Big League and Alex G.
Wow.
And
okay.
Aaron Solo.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Wow. Yeah,
That is
I remember.
A stacked ass bill.
That is very stacked, and I remember
a festival could never.
I remember it so vividly.
That's
yes.
wild.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was like. Wow, Golden Tea House was cool.
It was really cool. Yeah, it was like a DIY space, but it felt like a house, sort of. But
was it not a house?
Well, I just remember that there was sort of like balconies, like up around the center space where like the bands played.
Oh, and then I played it a couple months later with Mitski, Sheermag, and the Spirit of the Beehive. Holy fuck. They had some good booking there in 2014.
That is such a crazy lineup.
Crazy.
That's so
Do you remember
cool.
which one of those shows you were at?
It was the first one. Yeah.
April 2014. That's wild. Yeah, so that was a cool place.
Yeah. Yeah, so like just hearing your music for the first time that night while I was in high school, and just like to witness the evolution of your project. It's been such an honor and so inspiring to me as an artist and songwriter. How do you feel like your relationship to making music has changed over that time? Has it?
Oh my God. I think so much. Well, I think just like, I'm like gonna cry. I feel like,
bring it on.
First of all, I feel like making music is such a beautiful, amazing thing to get to be able to do. Like anyone can do it, you know?
It's so true.
To be like tapped in with that, to be able to like let yourself do it is such an amazing thing. We're so lucky that we like found it.
I feel that way.
And that we found it when we did, which was like very young.
Yes.
And very like impressionable. And building the systems for like how you want your life to look. And so every day that I live my life, I feel like I'm getting more and more practice at just like being alive. And making music is just like what I do. It's just connected to my daily life in this way that's like I can't even imagine what my life would look like without this thing. Like I don't know that there's like a me that is like not making music, even if it's like not professionally. Like let's say I like never tour again, never make a record. Like I'm always gonna be like singing in the shower. You know what I mean? Like that's just what I do. It's like that's how I talk to myself. It's changed so many different ways over the years, and like the way that I do it and the way that I feel about doing it has changed. And I just feel like so happy to be here and to have it as a thing. Like it's making me emotional.
No, the thought I feel happy to be here has been like in my mind throughout this trip. I'm just like, I can't believe I'm doing that. It's so cool. Yeah.
I said it today because we just did KEXP today. And,
sick.
I feel like I said some version of this today, which was just like, I think getting older and like continuing to choose music as like your friend, like music as part of your life, is like you just have to like it and you have to be grateful. You get more and more like when you're young, it's kind of like, well, I'm just doing. Everyone has a band when they're young. It's easy to like make a band because when you're young, everybody wants to have a band. Yeah. But as you get older, you're kind of like, I'm still choosing this crazy lifestyle. Yeah. I'm still choosing this and like bringing this into my life and choosing this community and stuff. Well, I feel more grateful now than I did then. Yeah. I didn't appreciate how cool it was that I was at the time. I feel like everyone was like, it's so cool, you go on tour, you're a rock star, and I was like, whatever, I'm like miserable and like I like hate this like thing that I just like fell into in this crazy way. And there was parts of me that hated it.
I can totally
and I feel like you probably have some interesting stuff to say about it from the music like industry side too, because I feel like when I met you, I remember maybe I
was like studying environmental studies like in college.
But I also remember Matthew saying to me something like, oh, Emily kind of like was like gonna be like maybe like a pop star and then kind of like step back. Like you had like this industry kind of like moment and then you were like, I don't like that. Yeah. There was something that I hadn't heard about you that you were kind of like almost like going a route that was like a really different like intense music route and sort of like choosing to like keep it for yourself and keep it all this stuff. Yeah, that became like very clear to me. And when I'm thinking about like the timeline of it all, like I think it was like I had really those realizations after I lost like a friend for the first time in my like young life. And I think being confronted with like the reality of mortality and sort of like all of these existential thoughts, like I definitely like, I don't know, my feelings evolved so much and like I guess my values a little bit like as to like what the point of it all is. So yeah, I mean, as your friend, I can vouch that you definitely seem to have a really like firm grasp on the point of it all. Like life. Like I do think you're like a sage sort of person. And I am honestly gonna cry. Because I am just like, it's such a funny thing to think about that time that we met and that we were like, in a weird way, we were in community with each other. It's in musical community, even though we weren't like we didn't necessarily coming up together. Yeah. But by the time we met, we both had our own, you know, music careers that we had like spent time on. But it does feel like so magical to have connected and to get to have you in my life is so powerful. I literally am always saying to people, I'm just like, Emily is the best. Like there is something so magical about your music and just you as a person. I do just think you have a really amazing like energy that I feel so grateful to have in my life. I'm literally tearing up like for the Talkhouse. It's crazy. No, but it is like I think so many of the people that there are so many people that we meet in this world, in this life. Yes. And you go and you play music with people and sometimes you see them around and sometimes you don't really hang out. And there's so many like routes that your life can go. And the fact that I got to have your music, even if I wasn't your friend, just getting to have your music in my life is really like, I feel powerful. That way too. And it just feels so intense. Yeah.
Yeah.
I literally like get chills watching you play every night. Like I'm just like, it's so heavenly.
Oh,
It's so amazing.
you.
And the songs like are so spiritually, like they're holy.
I really appreciate. Well, I think I did tell you this, but when I was making Holy for a Moment, I was like, I had a song by you in my mind. Holy moment.
True.
Yeah. So like,
forgot
and
that.
I just thought that was like such a beautiful. I don't know. Yeah. So.
That's
Thank you.
amazing. Oh my God, thank you. That's so funny. I forgot that. Of course, holy moment.
Yeah.
But
and like
holy,
the idea
yeah.
of that. Like,
Yeah. But it is, I
genius.
think we're both always like, I can feel that our music is like, we're trying to reach for
a similar,
that feeling.
Yes. Yes.
And I have to say, both of our new records, it's like we achieved it. Do
We
you
did
feel that way
something
about your record where you're
special.
like, I did it. This is the record I wanted to make? Because that's how I feel about my record.
I feel that
In a way.
way.
I'm just like, oh my God, we did it.
Yeah. I actually feel that way, and I think I need to like let myself be proud.
Do you listen to it?
I do.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. When I was like when it was being mastered and stuff, I listened to it so much, and I remember that being like a really grounding thing for me. Just like gearing up to put something out into the world, like, oh, I love this. Like, I love listening to it in the car, and it's like, okay, no matter what happens, like, I made something that I really love.
That's exactly how I feel. It's so important to feel that.
I agree.
And I think
imagine working really hard on something and being like, I hate this.
Oh my God, it's so
nightmare.
boring.
Yeah.
Boring. But it's also like why? Why would you do that?
Yeah.
I don't
Totally.
know. Sometimes I'm kind of, I mean, this is like my like obviously I'm sounding like so like spiritually I'm like whole and good. But like, my hateriest self is kind of like, why do people like that even make music?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
why,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
people who are like, I guess I should have like an album, and it's like that's not how writing works.
Yeah,
Like,
get
I do
stoked
feel
about it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, have an idea, like have like
Yeah.
a vision, and
Yeah.
and you like it's like an urge. Like
Yes.
it's not just like I guess I'll make a song to. I mean, not that of course you can make a great song by just feeling like I guess I'll make a song today, but it's that urge,
The
that
fire and
tri-state area
flames.
urge
Yeah.
that you and I were born with. You know what I mean?
It's so true. It's undeniable.
It's important because there is such like a go like capitalism, like
Yeah.
what's next, like, and now we're on tour and now we're promoting the record and all this stuff. It's like we just like you worked really hard and you made something and like it's amazing and it's literally like holy. So
Thank you.
just listen to it and feel holy for a moment. You know? I don't know. That's how I feel. And that's why every night on stage I'm like, yes, we're doing this. You know?
We're literally doing it.
It's crazy.
And we're laughing.
We're
Like,
having
laughing is so good for you.
It's so
That's just like what I keep thinking, like, the giggling.
Yeah.
Like, it just feels so good for my body.
Yeah.
It's
and
like
you know what?
healing.
Singing is like that too.
That's true.
I'm always telling people who don't sing, like, you have to sing.
Just give it a try.
Because it's actually like, so good for your, like, not to be weird, but for your chakras. Like, it literally opens up your chakras if you sing.
Wow, I don't know if I knew that. And
I
that's-
think you,
but
I
knew
in your
it.
body. That's like why you sing. You can feel it I can feel it when you sing.
Yeah.
Like Emily is like literally fully like every chakra is beaming light at me. Like that's what it's for. That's what singing's for.
The rainbow.
Yeah, the rainbow fills the room.
Wow.
But yeah, it is like a really fun tour. We should talk about the mind too.
Oh.
We should advertise the mind.
I think that's a great idea. Okay, so a classic like difference between Greta and I that we've come up against for
Yes.
years
is probably our biggest fight in our friendship.
seriously
Our biggest conflict.
this ongoing issue is that I don't like games usually.
And that's really valid.
But I
Everyone
think
can like what they like.
I opened up to you a few nights ago that the real reason that first of all, it's a lot of rules. A lot of people get competitive,
Totally.
which I don't really feel that. Like I've struggled like throughout my like life to feel like in a spirit of competition and to really like wanting to win. So I think it's that, and also just like
You're too chill. for games. You're like, I don't need to win.
Totally. But also, like, it's a lot of information, and I think, like, sometimes I push it away because I feel insecure that I can't, like, internalize all the rules as fast as everyone else.
Yeah.
Which is something that I've accepted about myself, but I'm also trying to, like, challenge myself more because everyone on this tour loves games. So I've been, like, opening my
really
mind and heart. Thank you so
And boy, have you opened your mind and heart.
with The Mind.
The Mind.
This incredible game that Helen, who's doing merch for Frankie Cosmos, introduced everyone to. Do you want to explain what it is?
I would love to.
Perfect.
It is a deck of cards numbered 1 through 100, and everyone gets one card. Mm-hmm. You know what your card is, and no one else. You don't know what anyone else's card is. And then in silence, you try as a group to put your cards down, face up, in ascending order. So if you have the lowest card, it's the simplest rule possible.
Yes.
We're just trying to, like, whoever has the lowest card would put it down first. And if they fail at that, the round is over.
Yes. And then when you get it without communicating, which I have to say is a little difficult, not to have
but not
any...
for us anymore.
That's true. We've become pros. It feels really satisfying when you get it in the right order on the first try. Yeah.
And it does feel like less of a game and more of a mind melding sort of psychic connection test.
Yes. But what have we been playing in the background? The 42 hertz or whatever?
I forget what it is. Like however many hertz that's like supposed to open up your psychic, your third eye. It definitely feels like a really, it just feels like not a game, which is what's nice about it.
I agree.
Like
it's like
exercise.
A bonding like activity. Yeah, it's really fun.
It's just
would
fun.
Recommend.
Yeah, I think that it's also leading to a lot of laughter and
me too.
Like it's one of those games where it's like we're all working together, we're all trying to connect. No one's mad. No one's like knocking over the table.
That's so true and so important.
And always.
And who needs that, by the way?
There's no winning and losing. It's just connecting. I mean, there is winning and losing, but it's like as a team.
As a team, that's so true.
Which is important. Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, it's been really fun. And I think we're going to have a great second half of the tour.
I think so too.
Thanks for listening to the Talkhouse Podcast, and thanks to Emily, Yacina, and Greta Kline for chatting. If you liked what you heard, please follow Talkhouse on your favorite podcasting platform and check out all the great stuff at talkhouse.com. This episode was produced by Myron Kaplan, and the Talkhouse theme is composed and performed by The Range. See you next time.